Yo, what's up, world? APW Sports, welcoming you to 2019 Chicago Bears reactions. I am just so happy that I can finally sit down and watch Bears football. I am so excited that football is here. But on this, we're going to talk about a 23-13 first game preseason loss to the Carolina Panthers. I'm going to talk about some things that I've seen during the game, some things that I want to make you guys notice, or just some things that really caught my eye during this game. It might have been a loss, but only the preseason, so we got more time to get better from here. So without further ado, let's dive into it. So there are a couple of things that caught my eye tremendously during this game. The first thing that came out as kind of strange to me is that Mitchell Trubisky actually started, but that's not the weird thing. The weird thing is he started and only had 3 handoffs and didn't attempt to pass. I thought that was kind of weird that Nagy would actually start him, number one, and number two, that he wouldn't even throw a pass. It's 3 straight handoffs and he's off the field. I don't know what was that about. Maybe it was to get his feet wet and get used to being on the field with offense or whatever. I don't know. It seems weird to me, extremely weird. The second thing I noticed when the second string offense went into the game, the biggest thing that they needed to work on was pass pro. Chase Daniel was getting hit like crazy. There were many mix-ups on pass protections, and that is just something that we have to get corrected. I don't care if they're second string, but at some point you might get hit with injuries, and those guys are going to be the ones that plug and play. So they've got to get the pass protection corrected going forward into this preseason. The third thing that I noticed was about the Bears defense. It doesn't look like much has changed. While be it none of the starters really played on defense. None of the starters played on defense except for Roquan and Eddie Goldman. But other than that, you were basically in there with second string. But at that point, you can still really watch the scheme and how everything works. And it doesn't look like much schematic-wise has changed from last year, Vic Fangio, to now Chuck Pagano. Not too much has changed defensive-wise. They're still stout against the run. Little pass leaks here and there, but for the most part, scheme-wise, the defense is still there. One of the things I was coming into this game looking into was the play of David Montgomery, the 3rd round pick, our first pick in this past draft. And from what I've seen of his game, number one, he's a better fit in the offense than Jordan Howard. And you could just see that right off the bat. The way he's able to be used in the passing game. Now his pass protection has to get better, but that will come over time with learning the offense and learning the scheme and actually being on the field and getting reps of it. So I'm not really too worried about that. That will come with time. But he is a very, very patient runner, a very, very selective runner, which means he sees the hole, he's going to set up his blockers, and he's going to hit the hole hard, and he is a very, very physical running back. And it showed on a couple of ones where he always falls forward and fights for extra tough yards. Also, and secures the ball very, very well. So what I've seen out of David Montgomery so far, I really, really like. And another thing with the defense, looks like the takeaway gang is still here. We're still causing havoc. We're still causing turnovers. with the fumble forced and also Deion Bush's interception, the takeaway game is still here and it doesn't look like it's going anywhere. Another thing I kind of want to touch on by watching the third string, I didn't want to talk about that so much, but the main thing that I noticed with the third string is very, very bad miscommunication on offense between Tyler Brand and receivers. That has got to get cleaned up. I mean, it's just third string, but still, you watch the game and you really want to see better. There were so many miscommunicated throws that could have been easily intercepted. That's something else that they have to get cleaned up. And the last thing I want to hit on is the kicking game. So far, advantage, Elliott Fry. And it seems kind of odd that Elliott Fry had a 43-yard field goal attempt and he hit it. Something that some other kicker couldn't do last year. Elliott Fry has the hand up in the kicking game. Eddie Pinheiro missed a long field goal. And Eddie Pinheiro has to get that cleaned up too if he wants to make this roster. Elliott Fry hit extra point and he hit his field goal attempt. So far, the kicking game advantage goes to Elliott Fry. Now that's gonna do it for my reaction to the Bears' first preseason game, which unfortunately happened to be a loss, but it's only the preseason. Be sure to like the video, comment your thoughts below of what you've seen in the game and things that stuck out to you. Also share the video as that helps to bring in more audience to this channel, and also subscribe to the channel as that only helps the channel to grow. And also click that notification bell to be notified of when your boy uploads. Now I've got more content coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Other than that, I am out. Peace out.
I wanna say thank you to my mom and my daddy for making love the night that you had me. Wanna thank my friends, my sister, and my brother.